Real quick, one of the things that I forgot to mention, even though I had the shoe right here, the sizing difference between these, like physically what you're looking at, it doesn't look like a whole lot, right? So if you're wondering, like, if I go up from this size to that size, like, is the shoe gonna look extra big? Because that's the thing that I often think about, because I'm a smaller dude, right? My body stays the same size even if the shoes don't. So I don't like to get sized up shoes. That's just a thing. But these, they're pretty close, so that shouldn't be a factor. Just gonna slip that in there for people who care. What's going on, people? So I had recorded all these Yeezy, I have 8 of these to do today, right? I've recorded all these Yeezy videos and then went to go do the editing things, and none of the sound had got picked up because there was a firmware update on the microphone, just, yada, yada, yada. Things work the way they work sometimes, right? So now I'm doing it all over again, right? Which is not fantastic, to be completely honest, right? But either way, so side of the box, right? You don't see a whole lot going on down there now, do you? If you look inside the box, though, there's some other stuff in the box, so all that normal stuff you would see, right? So yeah, I don't even know if I ever noticed that in the past, because I've only dealt with these so often, right? Which is only the one time before. But either way, what are these, you might be asking? Well, let's talk about that, huh? This right here is the Adidas Yeezy Foam Runner in the MX Cinder colorway. Let's go ahead and start this thing with the bottom. Down there, what you're looking at, right? It's actually kind of a cool look, honestly. I like the way they did the colors in there, and there's a nice design, I guess you could say, if you want to call it that, to the way they actually did the mold. So you got that going for it or whatever. But let's move on past that. Look up here from the midsole side or whatever. What I would usually say is the midsole side. Same thing you saw on the bottom, right? It looks pretty cool, I'll give it that, like I said, but otherwise it's still kind of an abomination of a shoe. But either way, let's keep going here, huh? So I'll get you some other pictures in here real quick so you kind of see these things from that slightly different angle. It's nothing you haven't really already gathered or whatever, but maybe you're wondering, like, how do these look from the top down, right? Is that a question anybody asks? I honestly don't think so, but it's a thing that I do. Anyways, I'm not gonna do a whole on review because I did that with these right here and there's really like so little to talk about, right? So I'll just tell you real quick. Outside, like I said, there's a lot of splotches of colors in here, so it's kind of cool, got this kind of like the MX other shoes were or whatever. Speaking of, if you want to see like a comparison type of thing, because I often do that with Yeezy videos, there's a live session you can watch that has all that stuff in it because it's significantly less editing for me, so that's why I did it that way. Either way, so you got these different colors going on in there, and that's going to go all throughout this whole thing. You got the 3 things here, which I guess is like supposed to be like the 3 stripes for the Adidas thing or whatever. So you got that. And even on the inside is very much the same as the outside. So not a whole lot to say about it, but like I said before, I like to put enough pictures in here that way people can take things for themselves and I don't really have to talk you through it. You know what I'm saying? Seems to work out pretty well. But anyways, let's move on. I'm going to get you guys some personal thoughts and then we'll be out of here. Actually, we won't. Then we'll do some sizing. Then we'll be out of here. Personally, right? This is probably the coolest looking one that I've seen, and I've honestly only seen the 2, so that doesn't mean a whole lot. But I do like the way they did the colors, right? I said that like 3 times now, so just believe it when I say it, right? So you got that happening. The shoe itself, right? Whatever you want to call it, it still looks super stupid to me, right? Like, initially I thought this was like a solid thing, like a wooden clog or something, until I actually saw ACS Sneakers talk about them. So they're better, I guess, than I originally thought, but still super, super awful. But hey, that's just my take on it, right? A lot of people like them. But I will say, for this to be the final pair that I'm going to buy or whatever, I'm glad that it's a nice one. I liked the green on the last one, sure. I'm a green kind of guy. But this definitely looks better, right? It's weird, the approach and all that, I wouldn't think it on paper to look so okay. But, it's going fine. I just wish they had done this on a better model of a shoe or something. Or maybe like some slides would be fine too. Maybe like those ID4126s or something could benefit from something like this. I don't know. But yeah, overall, that's my thoughts on it. It's the Yeezy, the Foam Runner. It's certainly going to be better than what's that other thing? The sock thing? The Knit Runner. Remember that? That thing, oh my goodness. I tend to forget that I even have that. But yeah. So anyways, let's move on. We'll talk about some sizing and stuff, and then that'll be the end of the day, at least for these. Then I still got 7 more videos to do. Sizing wise, these right here, right? They don't come in whole, like all the sizes, like, you know, half sizes. They only come in whole sizes. So you're looking at like 7, 8, 9, 10, things like that, right? Now, normally, when I look at a slide type of thing in that same sizing, I just, as a 9.5 footed dude, I go with the 9 because that's what's worked out for me. I did that on the first pair of these that I bought. It was okay, but I feel like the 10 might have been better. So I got these and the 10, and it does have a little bit more room to it. So there's, I mean, obviously. So there's that, right? And it fits a little bit better in some ways, but at the same time, when I'm walking around in them, I feel my heel kind of slipping like it's about to come out of the shoe, you know? And that is not a thing that I'm super into, right? So I would say if you're on the fence, I mean, it's probably better to like have like a little more room than necessary. And, you know, you can wear some thicker socks unless you're one of those savages that wears these without socks, I guess. But wearing some thicker socks should solve that issue or whatever. But it's just something that I noticed. Anyways, moving on past that, 'cause I'm not going to dwell on it. Looking at the comfort of these, they don't feel like anything amazing. I mean, I'd rather just wear a normal pair of like comfort slides or something like that. The Adidas comfort slides, because those are overall my pick for something like this, because they're super cheap in a million colors and you can often find them like on a 2-for-1 sale. But this, I can't talk down on it, you know what I'm saying? I just wouldn't go off paying extra money to get these because I don't think it's worth it in that case. Retail, sure, whatever, right? If you're into the look, cool, go with it. But just taking these as they are, it's comfortable to walk around in. I can't say it's not. But, you know, there's a personal dignity part that comes into play when you see someone in something like this too. So there is that. But otherwise, do whatever. It's your money, it's your feet. Live your life however you want to live it. I'm just some simple farm boy from Iowa. What do I know? From me to you, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I have 7 more of these easy things to talk about, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Later, people.